Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. I'm going to start with oracles and clarify with tarot cards, as I usually do. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to those of you that are new and those of you that are returning. So we're going to start with the Crystal Spirit Oracle Turquoise. Beautiful turquoise card. This card is about reframing the story of your truth, your experience. It's also about storytelling and the stories you tell yourself. This card is encouraging you to reframe the way that you tell the story of your past, because it has a dramatic impact on the way you experience your world, the abundance in your world, your relationships, and what you believe is for you and what is not. So turquoise is indicating that as you perhaps review your past, you are allowing yourself to see the many different angles or aspects of that past that may have been smoothed over by you in telling a particular story about it. So just like a gem is multifaceted, so is our experience in the world. What we choose to recall of the past, the story we tell of the past, locks us into a certain idea of who we are, what we have to offer, and what belongs to us, what we are worthy of. So this is saying that whatever reality your experience has been shaped by the way that you have been telling the story of your life, particularly your past. What are the stories you chose and what are the stories you have neglected? What fuller, more enriched experience of your past are you not allowing yourself to see, or now looking to the past to see what is there that you may not have recognized in the past? And from the Wild Unknown archetype, we have the Castle. For some reason, these both are feeling very earthy, Taurian to me. The beauty of the turquoise, the obviously opulence of the castle. And the opulence really, for me, pulls up the idea of fantasy, right? The princess, the king, the queen, the prince, the castle. This is all a piece of fantasy romance, the illusion of love, of achievement, of accomplishment, of abundance. So this is definitely tied to this idea of reframing your expectation of life. Are you balancing out this idea of wealth, of comfort, of luxury with this idea of fantasy? Are you trying to measure one with the other? Realizing that a castle in the real world, historically anyway, represents a kind of dark, cold place with stony walls, that is less about life than it is about holding in life, nailing down wealth or the storage of accumulated wealth, about authority detached from the reality of the village or the world. The castle is actually interrogating for many of you what home is, what home can be. Has it become a limitation to your ability to achieve something that is important to you? Is it a tool, or is it something that holds you to obligations and responsibilities that are overwhelming and perhaps don't serve you in the way that you had expected? In the, not the past, in the present, the Star card. This is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, this is prompting some clarity about why you're reviewing your stories. There's a surge, a dream, a vision that you have of your own greater achievement, your own larger experience of the world. And there may be a way that you have uh, boxed yourself in or stayed in a particular material reality because you believe that's what achievement is or could be. Perhaps this possession or property becomes a tool with which you can leverage new opportunities. So it is not to say that any possessions that you cling to cannot be utilized as resources for you. But this indicates that you're really looking beyond what's familiar, what you've lived. You're looking beyond reality, even to what you can experience of a larger world, of a different world, knowing that there's something better, more peaceful, more engaging out there for you, and that is the dream that you glimpse of experiencing harmony in the world. In the past, the Servant of Swords is telling me that something has changed in your environment drastically. And I don't know the time frame of this. This can be decades, a change within the past decade. It can be a change within the past month. But something has ended. Something is no longer relevant to you. You may have completed some kind of employment. You may have accomplished a goal. You may have lost something or a loved one who has passed on. Whatever the change that occurred, you recognize the necessity to see things differently now, to open yourself up to new perspectives. And that puts this reframing your story in greater perspective, in greater context, because you are understanding that you had reached the limits of some kind of experience recently. And this very much can be thought of as, the spouse, the house, the car, the kids kind of thing, right? You may have achieved that in a way that it no longer serves this desire to move beyond, to move into a realm that you're less familiar with, but you now have ideas about, you now have interest in pursuing alternatives to what you've been doing for a while. And part of that opening up is through this really looking at your stories, the stories you've been telling yourself, perhaps that you continue to tell yourself, but something is telling you those stories aren't serving you in the way that they have in the past. And instead, it's an opportunity to retell your story, relook at what you're picking out of your past, selecting from your past, that is going to move you to this more adventurous experience of a better world. In the future, the Three of Jades, absolutely, this new dream of experience that you are emerging into involves a collaboration, involves you working with others in a way perhaps that you have not had to work with others in the past. Perhaps, for instance, you are an empty nester and the resources that you've invested into a home are now resources that you can distribute to family members. You can create a family trust and work together to manage the resources that you've built. That's just an example of a way that you can be identifying a project that has little to do with family or possessions you own, but sets you out on a new course of learning and opportunities for collaboration with others. This feels like it's about creating something concrete, creating a resource, an opportunity for others. This does not exclude you, but it definitely is about coming together with people who share an expertise that complements your own vision. And in doing so, you are working collaboratively with respect for one another's expertise, allowing yourself to lead or contribute when your expertise is necessary, allowing yourself to step back and learn when someone else's expertise is required, so that this is a highly creative opportunity for you to be comfortable in who you are becoming, in what you are learning, in the vision that you now have that is different from what you have experienced or invested in the past. I'm going to clarify with a few more tarot cards. And if this reading is resonating for you, Taurus, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I thank you for being here. I appreciate all the support you give me. So I pulled the King of Fire, that's the King of Wands, the Chariot, and the Ace of Water. I want to say that Leo got this card in this position, and I don't know why that's important, but that may be connected to you in some way. So you're showing me as massively confident, quite likely as a result of something you've been able to accomplish and something you've been able to release. Something that you know no longer suits you, or something no longer limits you. But you have become very, very accomplished in moving away from what is comfortable and safe for you. This is something you're practicing. This is something you have built up. And for Taurus, this is monumental. You like stability. You like comfort. You don't like that to be challenged. You're not necessarily always a big fan of changing something that works. So recognizing perhaps that something served its purpose and that actually you're in a position to confidently approach something that might have been scary to you, or you might not have felt you had the resources to approach in the past. But you're definitely being asked to take on a challenge that does not feel comfortable, but reassuring you that you have all the experience and knowledge to move confidently forward in a new area. This means giving up on the distractions that have been a routine part of your life in the past. And this is often seen in the way that you have prioritized the needs of others over yourself. And in that way, you have neglected often something that you desired, something you wanted to work towards, but you put that aside in the past, and you're now recognizing that that's a distraction from a gift that you would like to develop, you would like to utilize to serve others, a way in which you want to work towards the peace or the greater supply of opportunity for others, the greater sense of access to more abundance for others. This is a place where you realize that you can be courageous, you can learn new things, you can explore new skills and knowledge systems as a way of recognizing how to utilize the skills you have in a more effective, satisfying way. And you are poised to be a leader. Perhaps this is in your family, in your community, in a way where you are announcing a new set of goals, a new inspiration to move towards something that will be of service to others. So the Star and the Chariot just feel very, very connected to me right now. That you are articulating your dreams, your visions in a way that is empowered by the work you're doing to open up to new ideas. And the Ace of Water here, the Ace of Cups, is talking about this in dramatic openness that you are now experiencing as a result of the work you've done, the study you've undergone, the gaining of new skills, the opening up to new ideas has put you in a position of working with others in a way that you find truly satisfying, highly imaginative, and creative, which underscores that many of you are lifting up a creative gift that you've had to sacrifice. You felt had to be sacrificed in order for you to live your life, provide for others, to pay the bills, to do what had to be done to survive. And you're now in a position to open up to your heart's desires, to your own gift, your own expansion, your way of giving love to the world, of not having to parse out or regulate how much goes to whom, whose needs must be served first, particularly when they were not your own. This is absolutely beautiful, Taurus. I hope this reading has been helpful to you, and many blessings until next time. Namaste.